Hi there, and welcome back to Triplicate, and first up, a bit of an innovation. I'm going to try working on a black background because the desk is this light wood grain effect thing, and that tends to, I don't know, bleach the camera out, and what I'm actually working on seems to come out dark all the time. So we're going to try working on a dark background, and what I'm working on should be nice and bright and stand out well. For instance, in this case, my hands. And today what we're going to take a look at is my Garmin Forerunner 405CX running watch, which I use to record my runs and tell me how fast I'm going and so on and so forth. It does all sorts of clever training things which I don't need. I just need a basic how fast I'm going and where I've been functionality, but unfortunately it is not working. So we'll take a quick look at the back. That should be readable. Forerunner 405CX. It's old and I bought it reconditioned, i.e. they changed the battery, I think, and I've had it a few years, but it does the job I want it to do. I guess I will end up buying a new one eventually, but I'd like to keep it going for now. So it's currently on the charger and it says 100%. I'll try and zoom us in. I should say, and you'll notice the time. Well, you won't notice, you don't know what time it is, do you? Well, the time is late morning, so the time is wrong. It's displaying, but it is saying 100% charged. But if I now take the charger off, it dies. Hi there, if I might interrupt for a minute, I have just travelled back in time in the Triplicate time machine to interrupt this video and make a few points, if I may. This video turns out to be quite long, and there are several videos on YouTube on how to change a battery in a 405, and they're all a lot shorter, and if you watch the people, they just whip the screws out, usually telling you the wrong number of screws, as I do shortly, but at least I correct myself, and swapping the battery over, screwing it back together, and off you go. Well, okay, I might be a bit of a clueless chump and get things wrong occasionally. It takes me longer to do things, and you might be a super duper engineer like them, but I suggest you do watch this video if you're thinking of undertaking a battery change in a Garmin Forerunner 405, and decide for yourself whether you're a super engineer who can whiz it open and shut and back together in 10 minutes, or whether you're going to be like me and you're going to take hours, because although this video is quite long, it is very, very heavily edited. So that's all I'd like to say at this point. Back to the video, see you at the end. Now, to me that looks like a dead battery. The battery's just not holding any charge. So I took a gamble on buying a new battery from Celonic, who I bought batteries from before and been happy with. High endurance battery. So a quick unboxing, YouTube style. So that's it. We need to get into here, which means that we need to get into here, and if I can, these 4 screws, 2, 3, 4, are little tiny Torx screws. Now you can buy a special screwdriver for undoing those, but you know, I'm trying to get a bit more life out of this thing as cheap as possible, so I didn't really want to do that. So we have here a box of jewelry screwdrivers. Shall we see if any of these fit? We're looking for a small one. Small flat bladed one at that. First one out of the box. How lucky is that? Right, are these going to undo for me? Nope. Actually that jumped round. Can we find a slightly smaller one? Okay. So we've got the absolutely factory recommended right side screwdriver, and I realise this doesn't show well on camera from this angle, but they're stiff, so I need to pull them around with the pliers while I'm pushing down with my thumb. Is that loosened it? Oh, nope. Okay, don't know. Should be able to get the camera to focus. So you can see the end of that screwdriver is twisted, which is why it didn't work. I've obviously used this screwdriver for a similar job in the past, and yes, well, we won't go into that. So I had to admit defeat and go out and spend an outrageous sum of £5 or something on some little Torx bits. So let's empty these out. Is it that one? Oh, that one. This one, I think. So does that go in there? Oh, that's lovely. That goes in there, right, that's the one. So we're going to put all these back in their bag. So that goes in there, and the screws aren't actually that tight in because I can unscrew them just using the bit on its own. And that one, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Big fat hands are in the way. Really, my small skinny hands. Come on. Oh, that one is skidding round. Right, I'm going to have to get something to push the bit down as I turn it with that. So, right, I'm going to have to do it down. I'll put some force, hopefully. I don't think that's turning myself. That's what you get for bodging it. So this is the size bigger bit. Yep. Again. So that's out. That's out. Right. By taking those two out, do those two undo the strap or just the... It must do the back. Anyway, problem here is the strap is in the way. That's out. It's out. Okay, I think they're all out, so the back should come off. Battered screwdriver. It's knackered anyway. Use it for what we like.
need to get these out as well. I think, yep. These two, which I think just held the strap in, actually do hold the back on as well. Right, well now, are we on in the picture? Right. Got a ticking off and a comment about taking the phone handset, blown up phone handset I took apart. I chiselled it apart with a screwdriver and scratched all the paint where the fact it was a 10-year-old cheap phone set. So I've taken it on board and I'm going to be careful. Plus the fact this needs to be some ways waterproofish. Right, I'm going to have a further look at this and see why it isn't coming apart. Right, I just want to get this fixed out rather than muck around. I looked online and they said take the 4 screws out, sorry, 2, 4, 6. So that wasn't very helpful. Did get one tip, tie the wrist strap back out of the way so you can see what you're doing. And I believe because there is a seal around this lid, it is actually quite tight in. I just don't like levering at things in case there's a crack, and that really is the end of it. It has to be reasonably waterproof. Serious when I'm running the rain. Okay, go click, okay. Moving. Now the battery's in the case. And there is a connector for the battery. So you can't just pull it completely off. Why will it not? I apply a judicious bit of screwdriver in here. No, it's not going to go that way, it's going to go this way. It's not, so it's mostly off. Come on. What is that in that end? It's preventing it wanting to come apart. Don't like doing this. No, it seems to come up a little. You've got to come straight out of these screws. Try and work it off. There's the way, so I can't pull it too much because why go to the battery? Oh, come off. Come off, you sod. So I come that way, or this way. Is that it? Ah, there's a little plastic tab in there which goes into this bit. So it has to come back away from the strap. There we go. Sprung and tear the wires out from somewhere I can't get at them. So you do a job like this. You do the job. It's generally quite easy, it's just getting in. Right, well, rather than just load a video of me wiggling, I shall bring you back when I've figured it. Right, so this end comes out and this end doesn't because you probably can't see there are 2 little tabs which go into the end of the strap. So, well, theoretically you're supposed to just waggle it out. I think in practice you need to take the strap off, which you do like sliding that little pin. There's a little groove that you can put a screwdriver in crossways with the front to back, and then push that end back as well, you hope. Come on. And out it comes. So now it just comes out. You see those? Can you see this? Those 2 little tabs slide into the strap, and how the hell are you going to get that out without taking the strap off? Other people on YouTube, please explain. Oh, and other people on YouTube that say take 4 screws out, not 6. Right, so now we have to get the battery clear. Is there to... Right, hopefully that little connector there, the little white one, should come out. That looks like it is. There we go. And this should come off. Ta-da! And that is the battery. And it should be. There are 4 wires. The little beepy thing lives under there as well. So now we've got to get the battery out. Have a look. I don't propose to dismantle it any further. Right, we have to figure out how to get this out, but firstly, I'm hoping you can read that. It says pack assembly date 6/23/11. So I believe that to be the original battery. So the person on eBay about this off said it was reconditioned. I reckon they had wiped it down with a little soapy water and that was your lot. So how do we get this battery out? Yeah, come on, focus for me. I can't see it's in any other way than glued to the back. Ooh, that doesn't sound nice. Don't committed now. Like the bottom's falling apart there. Ugh. Yep, jolly old double-sided tape. Oh, we're looking at that, we are. And Captain tape as well. Ha ha. Get this Captain tape off and see where our wires go, because we'll need to unsolder them. So, that is in there. There we go. So, don't know whether that little circuit board there actually has anything on it or not. Right, let's find the new battery and fire the soldering iron up. So it seems we already come with that little board on it. And wires poking out, which is rather awkward because I don't propose to try and go into that connector. And also, it occurs to me while I'm here to actually check the voltage across the existing battery. Because if it's 3.7 volts, then, well, I don't know what we do. So, this is it. What is the voltage across this battery? The voltage across this battery is 3.3 volts. Okay, so it's the next day, because it's one of those things. I took this apart thoroughly expecting this battery to be absolutely stone dead and just in the bin and away, and I find it actually has 3.3 volts across it. 3.4 volts, which is perfectly fine for a lithium ion battery. So what I now propose to do is get a resistor and some clips and things, not quite sure how this is going to work, and load it down and see if it dies under load. Okay, so here I have a 100 ohm resistor, which if I put it across this battery should draw 30 something milliamps, which is a tenth. You would let the battery should last 10 hours running this, so that's a sort of moderate load. So if I short, I am out of shot and out of shot. We can't see you. Right, so now I'm going to short this resistor across the battery. .26. Right. Right, no, I actually clip it in these. I'm actually going to leave it on and see if the battery falls over. Okay, so here we go. This is connected, this 100 ohm resistor across this battery, and actually, yeah, that goes down to 3.2, and I'm going to see if it falls over in 10 minutes. Do you want 10 minutes of watching a meter go down?
Maybe not.
Well, it's actually given me a chance to get a bit of an education on lithium ion batteries, because one of those things just used and not really looked into in any depth, but yeah, down towards 3 volts. Well, here's the discharge curve of a lithium ion battery, so once it's getting down towards 3 volts it will drop off pretty quick, so that battery is either flat or dead. So let's unhook that and see what it goes back up to. Yeah, that's under no load. So shall we actually do the same with the new one, which did measure 3.8, which should be pretty well charged, and see what that does. Okay, this is the new battery, which reads 3.8, which is more like a full lithium ion should read. So now if I clip my little load on, it goes down to 3848. Well, it's dropping a bit. I might give it another couple of minutes and see how it goes, just for the interest in seeing how these batteries behave. Right, that's been going a good 10 minutes and it's still at 3.8 something, so that battery is nicely charged up and nicely working, as we would hope, since it's brand new. So now what I'm going to do is temporarily attach this battery to these little wires and plug her back into the watch and see if she goes. Right. Okay, I have a piece of white paper behind it so I can actually see the black wire, because I couldn't see the black wire at all against a black background. Yippee! Finally. And because this wire just doesn't seem to, if it's solid core copper, it should bend where I put on. Come off again. So finally, I've managed to tack these wires on. Yeah, they're still on. And just wrapped a bit of insulating tape around the join. So it's just temporary. Just so I can plug it into the watch. Let's see if it is actually going to play. I'm not saying this is fiddly. Yes I am. It's fiddly as hell. She's in. So is she on? No. Right. Does it think it's got a flat battery? It's intelligent mode. Should we try and connect the charger? Should we try turn it so we can see? Oh god, this is so flaky. The screen. So right, I've got the new battery in and I've got the charger somehow precariously hooked on the back of the case, and had to resolder the charger negative wire onto this little pin under there, and the display is saying charging 0%. So I'm going to leave it to go for a bit and see if it actually thinks it's charging at all. Since the battery is reasonably well charged, I think, anyway. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. At least it's doing something. Okay, so I left it for a bit and the charging still stayed on 0%. So that means that either something has gone in the actual watch, or there is no power, no connection between the battery and the watch board. So what I have here, can you see them? Probably not. Will the camera focus this? He's asking to do the camera to do above and beyond what it's really capable of. But we'll give it a try anyway. I do not seem to be getting anything. Okay, that's good in the way, because if there was anything wrong with the watch, that'd be it. You're not going to fix anything in there. So I'm going to pull that plug out and see if I can find what's the matter. Okay, found what's the matter. The red wire this time that's come off. Okay, so I believe for now we have both battery cables connected. You see now there's plenty of voltage in that battery, and I believe it should fire up and run without needing charging. So right, turn her over. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, well, we'll have another go at measuring the voltage on the back of that connector. 3.8 volts appearing on the back of that connector. And nothing happening on the display. So again, does it need to see the charger before it will actually, whoops, smack the camera, before it will actually recognise that it has a battery in? So let's see if we can. Is that connected? Yes. It now says, I think, 1%. You see that? You can't read it because it's at whatever. Okay, shall we leave that to charge and see if it'll get up to something where it might want to work? Okay, an hour or so, and it now says complete, 100% charged. Oh, and it says the correct time as well. So, should we carefully, oh so carefully, take the charging wire off it, and it's come up with the time, and I now spin this round and you can actually read the display. Okay. Oh no! It's gone dim, it's died on me. Oh dear. Well, let's see if we can have another go at measuring the voltage. I mean, there is something there, so the battery must be connected to the circuitry, otherwise there would be nothing there. Okay. Alright, you can't see me putting the probes on, but you can see the meter. So, and there we have 4.1 volts. So it should work at that. That is indeed one charged up battery. And I carefully grab this again. Yep, very dim. Oh, and the buttons don't work. So I think my Garmin Forerunner is RIP. And if you look at that, most of the circuit's under a big can here, this cotton tape I put on just to stop me shorting to it. I'm guessing that's the USD GPS under that can. And what do you think? Are we going to try and repair that? I do not think so. I think that is going to be tiny, 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 tiny circuitry in there. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Okay, so sadly here we are, and that's it. And the display has suddenly gone screwy as well for some reason. So I think this is the end for my poor old Garmin watch. Something seemed to have blown up in the battery management system. And thinking back, it did seem to be working 1 minute, and the next minute it had just gone funny and dim and died, and I don't think the battery would suddenly die in, you know, instantly. It would go down over a little while. And here we have the sticker, can we see this, which says summer 2011, so it's 10.5 years old, so I don't think it owes anybody
anything. It's not done bad for consumer electronics that gets waved around and banged and hammered and rained on, and everything I can throw at it in running in year round. I might do another video and we'll tear into it and see what's in it, just out of curiosity. But the new ones are considerably smaller and slimmer, and don't think I'd even bother trying to change the battery in those. I think they're just too small to work on. So for now, sadly, we've got to call that a fail, and that's the end of this video. So I'll see you on the next one. So bye for now. Goodbye.